Hello, fellow freedom fighters. I will admit I was scared for a long time to attend the protests, not wear my mask, stand up for myself, and speak my truth. I was mostly afraid for my business, which was forcibly shut down. I think we all reach a breaking point. Mine was seeing the malls packed like sardines in a can, and my small business was shut down. That's when I decided I couldn't sit at home in my pajamas complaining about what was going on, as I was then part of the problem, not the solution. So I decided that I could wear my pajamas to the first protest and start standing up and fighting back. A couple weeks prior to attending a protest, I wrote a letter to Kenny and to the MLA of my town about the lockdowns and how it was affecting small businesses. Of course, I never got a reply from either of them, but I would like to share it with you all. Dear Mr. Kenny, I am writing to you on my first day of lockdown. I own a hair salon in Alberta. The first 4 days fitting clients in before the scheduled lockdown has been exhausting. I wanted to take a day to collect my thoughts and emotions around the enforced lockdown before I wrote this. So with that being said, here is my perspective. I have a small hair salon in a rural town. It is just me that operates out of it. I follow all the guidelines, restrictions, and safety protocols. You spoke 2 weeks ago and stated that there had been no transmission of COVID within salons and that we were doing a great job. But yet today, my chair sits empty and my lights are off.
Get closer, Brandy. There you go.
The first lockdown in March, when I had to shut my doors for what we were told was 2 weeks, I was positive in thinking we would reopen. 2 weeks turned into 6 weeks. Mental health starts to set in. This time around, we got more time to prepare, which I am very thankful for. But after my last client left Saturday evening and I turned off my lights, I couldn't help but cry. I have worked for 9 years to make my business successful.
Oh my God.
5 years into my first salon, I lost everything due to a devastating fire. I was able to find a new home and quickly rebuilt. 4 weeks before the second lockdown, I was able to relocate again to a bigger space as things were looking up, and it could all be taken away again in 4 short weeks. Restaurants and retail can do curbside pickup. I cannot do curbside haircuts or foils. Yes, I can sell product, but that isn't even a quarter of the business I provide on a daily basis. Clients come to us not only to get their hair done, but feel better mentally. I have done this job for 15 years. Some clients I've had that long, and I have went through everything with them. Marriage, kids, divorce, cancer, death. They laugh, cry, and pour their hearts and souls out in my chair. Once I am finished, they feel so much better and lighter. We are not just hairstylists, but counselors as well. We are a safe, non-judgmental place for clients to come. It's not just about physical appearance, but mental health as well. Thank you. In the wellness industry, we are also one of the few professions that are allowed to touch other people. Human touch is huge, especially right now when we aren't allowed to do one of the biggest things we all want and need, is to give and receive a hug. I have one client in at a time. I see maybe 6 or 7 clients in an 8-hour shift, where in a big box store, a cashier will see hundreds of customers in an 8-hour shift. Small businesses are a huge part of Alberta, and it feels like we are not being heard. If my letter makes one small bit of difference, I want to be part of the solution. I want my voice to be heard and stand behind other stylists in my industry who are feeling the same way. So that was my letter, and like I said, no reply. This 4-week lockdown was supposed to again flatten the curve. I was not hopeful this time around that we would be opening up after the 4 weeks was up. Sadly, I was not surprised yesterday when Kenny announced he was taking on another 2 weeks to the lockdown. Even though I knew it was going to happen, I still felt a lot of emotion around it. Small businesses make up a huge part of Alberta, and if we don't stand up and support each other and fight back, more people will be forced to shut their doors. So many people have been affected by this, and it breaks my heart. I will speak my truth. I will do it with love, conviction, and determination. Anyone who knows me knows I will always do things the hard way, regardless of the outcome. In the end, truth vibrates higher than lies, and love vibrates higher than hate. There is light out of darkness. We need to work together, not against each other, in order to end all this. So we cannot back down. Power in numbers, because love always wins. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much. That was amazing. Thank you.